Hey folks, this is Ardwulf, and we're coming to you from the Guild Wars 2 Beta Weekend Experience. This is the second of two videos we've done on the character creation system in Guild Wars 2. The first one, unfortunately, failed as a video, so this is the replacement. Last time we went through the human character creation, which is the character we're actually going to play in the beta. This time I'm going to go through the Norn character creation system, and when we resume actual play, we're going to go back to the human, because I would like to keep the Norn experience fresh for the actual launch. So as we talked about before, there are 5 races in Guild Wars 2, 3 of which, the Char, the Human, and the Norn, are available right now. The Asura and the Sylvari are not yet available in the beta, so hopefully we'll be seeing those soon. As you can see down here, there are 10 steps in character creation. Step 1 is to choose your race, so we're going to choose the Norn. And we're going to make, we'll do female this time, since we're playing a male in the other videos. And now we choose our class in step 3 of 10. Some of these costumes, for example, the female Norn Mesmer are tacky as fuck. But hey, what are you gonna do? So we're gonna go with more of a martially type character, I think here. The character images here are the high-end gear. Your character, when you start, won't actually look like this. So I'll show you all of them. This is the Elementalist. Elementalist actually, I think, looks kind of cool. You can, of course, hold the left mouse button down to rotate the character. You can't zoom in here, but you get a chance to zoom in later. Here is the Warrior, they're very Amazonian-looking women. This is the Guardian, which is sort of close to a Paladin type of class as far as I can tell. It's a class I'm considering for the launch, but I haven't really made that decision yet. There's the Engineer, whose outfit is kind of cool too. The Ranger, whose outfit is a bit trashy and stripper-like. The Necromancer, again midriff bearing. Other than that, it's kind of actually a cool outfit. And the Thief, who's wearing sort of ninja stripper gear. So let's go with the slightly less tacky Warrior for the purposes of our character creation demo here. And let's move on to step 4, where we actually customize the character. Now, this is actually pretty neat. You have a lot of different options here, and some of them are relatively subtle. Again, you can rotate the character. You can also hide the armor, which is actually pretty valuable in one of these steps. I'll show you in a second. You can adjust the height of the character just like you could in Guild Wars 1. This just scales the character up and down. There are a number of different physiques available. I noticed that there are 6 female physiques. I believe there were 7 male physiques. And I believe these range from sort of skinny, same sort of skinny, but a little more muscularly defined. Not quite skinny. This is what I would call sort of a typical build. That's the skinniest one, I think. Go with none of these are like super buff chicks, but we'll go with this one. She's more buff than most. And the Norns get the option to put tattoos on, so we can take a look at that. This one would be no tattoo. This one would be, and you can change the colors of the tattoos. You can make them red, for example. You can make them dark blue. I think the coolest idea I could think of is to make them look sort of like woad. That is about the right color there. It's at least as close as we're going to get here. Yeah, I don't think that gray works very well. So I don't know if any of these are actually cool looking or not. This is my first roll through the Norn character creation, so I'm exploring as much as I'm showing it to you guys. That's the Hand of Saruman, I guess. That's not so bad. That looks like Daryl Hannah's character from Blade Runner. That's probably a bit too much. And looks like there's actually a ton more here. So there's a lot of options for tattoos. That looks like it was painful. So the tattoos definitely have sort of a Celtic look to them for the most part. Or Native American in this case, I guess. Actually kind of looks like she's got a mustache, so not terribly flattering. Alright, I think I've made the decision here in any case. I kind of like this one. So just a little bit over the eye, and that's it. We go to head options, and this is where we start really customizing the character. There's a bunch of different faces available, some of which are sort of this sort of anime-ish look, and some of which look a lot less anime to me. There's a chick with scars. Guys dig chicks with scars. This would be your character if you would like her to look 12, apparently. There's just like with the males, there's a lot of different faces available. Ugh. That's too much. None of these, to be honest, really stand out for me. Probably we will go with this one. Now we're going to get a chance to customize this a little more later. So we'll go to hairstyles, and I'm guessing here that there's a lot of available hairstyles. Yep, there's quite a few. There are for the men too. So we'll make her a redhead. Oh, actually, okay, so here we can customize the colors. This top row would be the hair color. And actually, it looks like we have an even wider array of hair colors available. And this bottom row would be whatever ornament is in that particular hair. So, for example, for the bandana, we can click on these to change the colors of the bandana. And just like in Guild Wars 1, I think there'll probably be a whole bunch of different female configurations with various ornaments in the hair. So we're looking for something appropriately Nordic looking, preferably with braids. That's actually probably the most appropriate looking one I've seen so far. So let's go with that. So we can change some of the colors up here. Looks like we can change the colors on the gems. We probably don't want it to be this blue since it matches the tattoo, so we'll go with red up there. No, we won't. We'll go with... There we go. I like that. Okay, so let's move on to step face details. And here's where the character creation system gets pretty subtle. You can make a lot of these small modifications, and they're all relatively subtle. You can change the size of the iris, for example, so you can give characters, this applies to male characters as well, sort of more anime eyes. You cannot directly affect the size of the eyes, but you can affect, with this slider, you can affect the squint, which is actually kind of neat. So you want the huge anime eyes, you can do that. Maybe crank this up. Oh yeah, that's a little freakish. But they're not too freakish. There's only so much you can do here, so I haven't yet run across a configuration where the character looks too weird. And this, of course, changes the eye color. We'll give her a nice green eye. Sounds good. Now, I experimented with the nose a little earlier, and it doesn't appear to be possible to give characters a huge hooked nose, which is unfortunate because that's kind of a cool look, I think. You can also change the jaw. We'll definitely want to change the jaw width on her. As you can see, it's a relatively subtle effect. And you can change the head size, but not by too much. You can't make giant bobblehead characters or anything like that. Change the chin length a little bit. So these are all relatively subtle effects, subtle modifications of the basic facial structures. And we go back here and we can get to armor dyes. Put our armor back on. And you can change the colors of the armor. So we can go up here to, right now we are on upper body, and there's 3 colors available in each one. So that the upper body's up here, so we can change this to this sort of light gray. We can change this to this sort of dark gray, and we can change this to, say, this brown. That's very subtle, isn't it? That's extremely subtle. You can hardly even see that. That's only right in here. Anyway, so we can do the same thing with the lower body. We can go and make that match the top. And we can also change the color on this leather skirt, but since it looks like it's supposed to be leather, I don't think we're going to do that. The legs, though, the leggings could probably use some work, so we're going to make those more of a brown, since they appear to be leather as well. The males are wearing actual chain leggings. Down in the headgear, now we're going to get an opportunity to monkey with this too. We can change this color, give it more of a gunmetal type of look, and go with that sort of bronze rather than, let's see, that's a little better. Looks a little more bronzy. And then this one is the color of the skirt, which we would like to keep. So, onto the shoes. Brown, we want to change this color to match the chainmail. So we can pretty much completely customize this look. And this is the starting gear. So let's move on to step 5, assuming that we've done everything that we would like to do here. Now, here's where we get several steps in a row where we are asked questions about our character's background, and this acts to customize the character's personal story once you start playing the game. So you have this choice: I wear blank on the battlefield. Because of this, I am recognized and given proper respect. So you have a choice between the Spangen helm, which is what she's wearing right now, the cap helm, which looks different, and I'm not sure I like it, and no helm at all, which I think, since we went to all the trouble of giving her appropriate hair, which does kind of look Disney princess-ish now that I look at it, we'll stick with that. Trouble may follow me, but I use my what to overcome it? Charm, dignity, and ferocity. Well, we're going to have to pick ferocity because the character's in Nord. Or Norn, I should say. Played too much Skyrim, sorry. The most important quality of a great hero is strength, cunning, or instinct. We will go with strength. At a recent celebratory moot held in Holbrock, I blacked out, got in a fight, lost an heirloom. I'd say blacked out is fair, but we'll go with got in a fight, since she's a martial type character. And you notice that actually when I chose no helm, I got the shoulder pads. When I was still a kid, I had a vision. A spirit of the wild spoke to me and offered its guardianship. That spirit was, and here you choose the totem animal of the Norn. The bear, the snow leopard, the wolf, and the raven. Having seen what the special abilities do for this, we're going to go with the wolf, because the raven looks pretty stupid. Okay, and here's step 10. We enter the character's name, who we will give a nice Nordic-looking name. And you can, apparently, you can name your character with multiple names. You can put multiple words in the name. The character name limits are actually down here. 19 characters total. Uses at least 3 characters and only uses English letters. Steel helm. Okay, here we go. That looks great. So there's our character creation video. Quick overview of Norn, whatever. Character creation. I hope you've enjoyed this video. In the notes below, you will find links to the rest of our sites, including the blog, the Twitter site, the Google Plus page, and our Facebook page. So check those out. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we have a bunch more coming as fast as YouTube will take them. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Check out the other videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got a bunch more coming over the duration of this beta weekend. Thanks.